Well, good afternoon, one, good afternoon, all. Yeah, just taking some time out and playing myself some music and winding up the beautiful afternoon. And nice to have all of you around the world, sharing ancient stories. Ancient stories. I'm just playing my small little bira here. I think it's in the key of F, if I'm not mistaken. Things that keep me awake, yeah, keep me sane. Some guys think that I've lost my mind. Nah. I'm still fine. I'm still okay. Putting my head together, and it's a pleasure and honor to have all of you. And today in South Africa, there is this thing happening. They call it the Ancestral Day. Today in South Africa, yeah, where the African indigenous leaders have decided to come together and have sort of commemoration or alignment or worship or whatever they want to call it. But yeah, it's happening. So one of the white pastors decided to release a video. I think it was earlier on in the week, where he was advising all Christians to come together. Christians must come together. Christians must come together to pray, so that the blanket of demons will not, evade the African space, so to speak. They wanted the Jesus blanket to cover the nation. Yeah. Very interesting, when white people are scared of Africans, when white people get scared, it is when the Africans decide to come together on a spiritual conversation, and then they will play to the gallery. They'll play to the gallery, because they know that the people, the community that they have developed is pro-Jesus, pro-Christianity. So anything that has demons in it, anything that has ancestors in it, anything that has an evocation of the past, must by all means be subdued. Because you cannot allow the Africans to come together. You cannot afford the Africans coming together. Because if the Africans come together, we may just have a problem. We may just have a big problem. And the problem is that they may just remember what we did to them, what we did to their forefathers, what we did to their past. Africans may just remember. And when Africans remember, it's almost like a person who has been in a catatonic stupor, or in a state of loss of memory and mind. And now, when you discover that they're going to wake up now, they're going to wake up. Yes, they're going to wake up. And when they wake up, they may just remember who you are. They may just remember who you are. And that knowledge scares the hell out of you. Have you ever seen information being scary? Information, knowledge being scary. You're afraid of knowledge, because ignorance seems comfortable. Ignorance seems bliss. When you don't know, then you are manageable. When you know, you may become ungovernable. So it looks like this, we're being played a fool here, because our docility and our complacency and our conformity is actually managed by the greatest expense of our ignorance. But should we know what has been done to us, should we know who is planning to kill us, should we have knowledge, what are we going to do with that knowledge? And the scary part of life is when you do something bad to someone, you lose the right to dictate to them how they should respond to the evil that you could have caused them. So you come to me, whack, you give me a clout on my face, and you're done. That's what you wanted to express. You've beaten me up. And then I take a tool like this. In Shona they call this mbezo. And I take my tool, and then I come for you, and I start chipping you from your ears, and I chip you from your head, and you don't have the right to dictate to me how I should respond when you are the first one who caused me the harm. I hope that makes sense. You decided to use your hands on me, and I decided to use my mbezo on you. The Day of the Ancestors in Africa, particularly in South Africa, it's quite an interesting day today, very interesting. More than just people saying they are communicating with the dead. Yes, maybe they are communicating with the dead. Yes, disagree. We want to find out how they died. We want to ask our forefathers how they died, where is their land. We want to find out from them what happened. What happened? There's nothing wrong with talking to the dead, because the dead are living inside us. They are not dead. They are lying in the ground, but they're buried in our bones. So maybe when I talk to the dead, I'm actually talking to myself in my previous life, to learn the history of where I'm coming from, what has happened, what has been the cause of the problem which I am now suffering. Maybe that's why English people, they call their fathers dad. Hi, dad. Hi, dad. And then it's a problem to speak to dad. Then it's a problem to speak to dad. Because when I speak to dad, I get to speak to myself. I get to hear my story, my history. I connect with the past so that I can identify the enemies in the present and forge my way going forward. So yes, I speak to dad I speak to Dad. That sounds nice, actually. Yes, I speak to Dad. I speak to Dad because I want to know how Dad died. Yes, speak to Dad. Then you know how Dad died. Then when you know what and how Dad died, you will know how you must live and who you must watch out for. So yes, it's a beautiful day today, a day of looking back at where we are coming from as Africans, a celebration of our history, celebration of our past, but not just celebrating it, learning from it, so that we don't find ourselves as Africans gullible, fragile, easily manipulated by the present because we are ignoring the past. You see, you can be beaten and then you're beaten again and you're beaten again, but if it keeps on happening and you're not learning that this person is beating you, no, he's no longer beating you, this person wants to kill you, and you're still standing there in your position of prayer. No, shall we pray? Shall we pray? Qua, 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 qua. You're sitting there. Sometimes I think as Africans, we have reached that moment where we needed to start thinking. Come on, guys. Let's start thinking. These guys are not playing. They are serious. They are really serious. Serious to exterminate us. Serious to destroy us. Serious to wipe us off. Serious to take our land, take our resources. They are serious. Educating our children, creating a new system and forcing us into that system, put all the necessary structures together. Just press this black person to comply and live in this restricted environment. It's a reality. We are a project of Western colonization. We are a project. And unfortunately, we are paying for this project with our lives. We are paying for this project with our very being. Perhaps today we talk to Dad. Today we remember our ancestors. We remember our forefathers. We remember the Kagubis. We remember the Chaminukas. We remember the Makonis. We remember the Chechoyos. We remember the Gaddafis. We remember the Sinkaras. We remember the Lumumbas. We remember the Tongogaras. We remember. We remember. We remember. We remember. And this word remember, break that word nicely. It means to redo it. Member, assemble it. So remember, you reassemble, put together. Remember. You have a member, but when you're remembering them, you're putting it together again. So to remember is to reassemble, to gather, to join, to unite. Remember. Find those members that are in the past and remember them. remember them, realign them, rejoin them, reassemble them, re-strategize, reform, redo, rethink, remember. Find those members of your past and remember them. Because when you put those members together, you may just find a new psychology, a new outline, a new projection, a new understanding. Remember. Find those members and remember them. Because each member has got a gene that is in you. All your ancestors have genes that are in you. To remember your ancestors is to remember yourself. That is understanding. That is overstanding. That is understanding. That is standing. See, the solid structure of bone with marrow in it gives the body the structure to stand. You don't stand on your flesh, you stand on your bones, because what is inside you, the solid structure of your bones covered by flesh, makes you stand. So what stands is not flesh. What stands is bones. Bones covered by flesh. To remember